Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Talkinsen. It's me, Ogechi. Welcome. Oh my days. Longest time, no see, no talk. I am so sorry. It's not my fault. A lot has happened in my life and still happening in my life, which made me to retreat back and just get myself together and just, I guess, get a reality check of everything that is going on with my life and proceed with life. To be honest, I'm back for good. To be honest, I want you back for good. Do you know that song? I want you back. I want you back for good. I hope you want me back for good. Anyways, I'm here and I'm here to give you guys content. And I also want to say thank you so much for all my subscribers who stuck with me even in my absence. Trust me, this absence is not planned. Came to me, I had to adjust my life to be able to live and be myself again. So here we are back. And then I want to thank all my new subscribers. Hey, hey, Talkinsens, you are now a part of Talkinsen family. Thank you for whatever reason you subscribe. I hope that you continue coming back to watch and just to listen. Just in case you do not know the channel you are subscribed to, it's called Talkinsen, and that means talking sense. And in this channel, what I do, what we do, is talk about religious matters, social issues, life matters, and do some cooking videos and any other things that really comes to me, to be honest. But mostly focused on religious and spirituality as well as social issues. So that's Talkinson for you. And on this video, or more or less on this particular audio video, I will be speaking to you one of my reasons for being absent and why I experienced and some to some level also still experiencing, but I am not going to let things keep me from like producing content because actually I do miss coming out to YouTube to just speak um and just sharing my opinion. I just felt caged, felt shut down almost. So I'm here ready to speak, you know. So here we are. Yeah, done with the introduction. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You will really do me a great thing if you can share with others and to spread the message, especially of the topic I'm speaking about today, because it's of great importance to the lives of many people and perhaps to your own life as well. And also, please leave a comment because I would really appreciate it. Should you wish to, don't be afraid to leave a comment or even like this video. Share on your social media platforms, your handles, and other things that you use. So here we are, back again for good, and I'll hope to be giving you content every at least every month. And I'm saying that because I know my situation. So to be able to produce a content is not always easy. So happy new year. Happy 2023. So yeah, let's then talk about what I'm here for. So let me take you back a little bit. On December 2021, I discovered something that shook me to the core. And this thing led me to have various breakdown, mental breakdown, physical breakdown, spiritual breakdown, any breakdown you can think of, name it, I had it. But perhaps one of the persistent one that has happened was a lot of depression, trauma, anxiety. For today's video, I'm just going to focus on anxiety. And yes, my people, anxiety is not something that comes from within. It can be manipulated. Anyways, so here is the gist. So sometime in 2021, I was feeling a lot of insecurities. I was feeling a sense of being monitored. I was feeling a sense of um it's like I don't know how to say it. I was feeling a sense of cage, stagnation, I was not feeling happy, to be precise. I was so unhappy. I couldn't explain that unhappiness. I felt I couldn't move forward. I felt I couldn't move backwards. I was just stagnated. And this issue made me start questioning like what is going on with my life, because that is strange. I know who I am. I'm often a happy person and a go lucky, let's go, whatever kind of person. But during that period, I wasn't feeling fully myself. And I said I was in a sense of spiritual unhappiness. Um, I was feeling so suspicious about a lot of things, but I wasn't sure of what was going on with my life. But I knew something somewhere was wrong. So I don't know if you ever been mentally unhappy and cry in spirit. There's something about that. And although in most cases I kind of blocked it off and just thought it was just me overthinking or doing like just my mind doing the most. But the same issues that was I was going through or I was noticing kept propping up even more and more. Nightmare after nightmare. Um, I felt the sense of sadness and uneasy around a lot of things and a lot of people. So I decided to go on a fast. Not necessarily for this reason per se, but usually something I do every now and then. So I went on a fast. And after this fast, nothing really changed just after it. But one day, um, again feeling that lack of clarity, of sense of lost, to be honest, of what I was doing with my life. Among also low self low self confidence. I decided to go out for a walk and then for clarity, to be honest. And I'm going out for this walk. Something happened. Um, in my own spiritual unhappiness, as I say, I was crying in the spirit, but mentally crying as well. But I just didn't know what was going on. So, as I was walking, I made this little short prayer. I said to God, I don't understand this level of anxiety I keep getting around things that I would normally do without hesitation. I don't understand this level of anxiety I'm experiencing on different things. And this anxiety, I'm not joking, has cost me a lot. Okay. Some people describe anxiety as fear of fear, but this anxiety wasn't a fear of fear. It was almost like I was being warned against a lot of things, but I didn't know what I was being warned against. So I did that short prayer and went about my way. On doing that, I also start reaffirming my faith, reminding myself of why I am who I am and why I have the faith in God and the reason that I am a Christian. And I just start reaffirming my faith, confessing my belief. If you don't know the creed, that is the Christian creed, that is our belief as Christians. So I started just telling myself the reason why I have the faith that I have. And I made this short prayer. I said, God, please, I don't want you to tell me again in anxiety of what is going on with me. I want to know what it is. Show me. If not, just tell me. And that is one of those short, deep prayer that you pray. And you just go about your day, but you didn't know that that was the prayer that brought the answers. So I also like to think my fasting helped. But anyways, I then went about my day. And then the following week, after making that prayer, everything came to open. I came to discover what was making me feel what I was making, the people behind my anxiety, worry, and depression, and trauma, and whatever. I came to discover that everything that has been surfacing over the year, and I'm not saying only 2021 because that's when I started grasping what was going on, but this has been happening for some time, I think. So I don't think actually no, I now know, but then that was when I grasped what was going on with me, and I was flabbergasted, angry. Oh my gosh, I can't describe anger. Anger to a point that it almost become uncontrollable. And this anger, I call it justified anger, because I didn't understand why I was experiencing or subjected to experience what I was experiencing. It went from anger to rage. You name it, I was just all over the place with my emotions. I was sad again, depressed. Then the new forms of trauma came up. Um, Sadness that I couldn't describe either. Um, Confusion. All the suspicions I had became confirmed. I felt betrayed. Some sort of self-doubt, trauma. Listen, I can't even describe this. Every emotion you can think of, I experienced in a very short period of time. But one of the key ones I really did experience was panic attacks. I never in my life have really ever described myself as having ever experienced panic. Perhaps when I feel like in danger, then I panic, but not like having panic attack, severe panic attack. And this led me to withdraw from people, withdraw from society, withdraw. I became afraid of even going out of my house. I'm not joking. So, with all these things, I don't know how I plundered on, but I knew that God was with me. And funny enough, in the experience of all these things, a lot of new lights start coming out. New lights meaning that my eyes became open to a lot of things I would have closed my eyes to, or I would not have noticed ordinarily. I became more spiritually sensitive, mentally sensitive. Um, I started noticing a lot of things. And well, I wouldn't say it necessarily helped, but it did help in helping understand what I was going through. And in that sense, I just had a little bit of peace, but the panic did not stop for quite a long time. I would like to say even my mom helped me in a way, because all the things that I was experiencing actually led me to start doing other things I would not normally do. I avoid, like, I don't even know how to say fear upon fear, but this one I call it imposed fear. It wasn't like a fear out of nothing. It was reality fear. Um, whilst I wouldn't want to describe what it was because you may not understand, but most people may not understand it. But I know what I was going through and what I'm going through. So I cried to God. I cried for help, and He showed up and He helped me through it. Honestly, this anxiety led me to stop eating for or at least like it made me not like I lost appetite to say. But thank God for my mother who helped me, because she came one day and we sat down, and watching her eat, she brought food and we started eating together. That it became my day of my appetite opening up to eat again. So I wouldn't want to dwell in other things that happened, but I just wanted to bring to you some of the things that came to light in my own situation, and how even this issue in itself led me to become overprotective about a lot of things. But perhaps in a positive way, because that overprotectiveness taught me a lot of skills. It taught me a lot of skills and helped me understand a lot of things that I would not ordinarily know. So there were positives that came out of it as well. But before these positives, I want to take time to read a Bible passage that talks about worry and anxiety. So, the Bible passage that I'm going to speak about is from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 25 to 27. And it says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the earth. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life?" So I chose to read this because in most cases we always say, don't worry, don't worry. But how about if that worry and anxiety were something that God was actually using you reusing to teach you about something, to show you things that you do not know, to show you things that may help you Okay, avoid things. But this type of worry that the gospel was talking about was worry about food and things like that. And that was not my worry. I was never worried about my food or material stuff. My worry was more from a mental sense perspective and also spiritual perspective. But reminding myself of this gospel that advises us not to worry also helped me to understand that, listen, God is in control. And other positives that came out of that became like a godly strength that I did not know I had. I discovered a new sense of Christ confidence. I started learning new things, as I mentioned, I've never learned before. I became more wiser, more observant, heightened in spirituality, and this is from a positive perspective, rebuilding my sense of confidence and esteem that I said became quite low. I had greater understanding of the fear of what fear and anxiety can be, because I came to realize it's not one thing or the other. Everyone's fear and anxiety has different root cause. So you need to discover your own root cause. You also need to ask God questions. I'm not joking. I don't know who told you not to ask God questions. God loves us asking him questions. He loves us communicating with him. But obviously, that questioning is not necessary to be from a rude way, but more or less from a place of wanting to understand, to know. He will answer the ones he wants to answer. He will not answer the ones he don't want to answer. And that's not to beef don't beef him with it, but rather be open-minded that is there something that he wants you to know, he will show you, just like he showed me. Okay, as I mentioned, I asked God the question, what is going on in my life, and he showed me. So please, if I can take anything from this video, know that you can ask God questions. Another thing is just I'm just going to um give you encouragement. And before I do those things, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this um, video or to this channel. Should you want to learn more about how to handle your own fear and anxieties. So, I want to encourage you, if you are in any deep state of mind that is you feel like you're in darkness, whether due to depression, trauma, or any other issues that, or even anxiety that is plaguing your life, please, I would like to give you this encouragement to take strength. Be encouraged. Know that God sees you. Okay, I always say, remember the book of Genesis, chapter, I think it's chapter, I don't know, it's just chapter 16 or so, I can't remember which chapter, where Sarah and Hagar had issue, and Hagar ran away and met the angel, and he described that as God who sees, because she felt mistreated and whatnot. You can read that for yourself. Oh, by the way, I actually have it on my blog, talkinsen.co.uk. Go on there and yeah, go on to talkinsen.co.uk and read upon the story of Abraham, where you learn more about Hagar and Sarah's situation and how Hagar was consoled by the angel following her the mistreatment Sarah gave her, and yeah, and everything else that happened in the story. So yeah, and also I'll have a blog that talks about loving God and also dealing with some anxiety and fear, and that's because I've dealt with it in the past. But that one was different. That was because I lacked clarity of what I wanted to do in my life, and there was a lot of things that were happening, but it wasn't like the way this one happened. So go to talkinson.co.uk and you check out the blogs there. I'll also put the relevant blogs in the links below so that you can look at them. And I channel you to that blog site because reminding myself of the things that I wrote about in an effort to encourage others helped me encourage myself and remind myself of who God is, and also how to deal with these things when it comes to you. um Again, I would perhaps also advise that you start reading your Bible more and start praying. Pray how you know how to pray. Start with that, but don't stay there. Start watching other people if it helps to improve your prayer life. Okay, don't stick with your simple prayers. You need to go in for um deeper sense of prayer. Okay, whether you have to go to spiritual warfare or go to mental warfare, I don't care. Just pray. Pray from your heart. Pray genuinely. Pray as like pour out your heart to God, and he will answer you. He will provide the help that you require. He will even make things look less um, troublesome than they appear. And one thing I can always leave you with is also remember, please, above everything I've said, is know that all the things that the enemy uses in tormenting your life or in causing fear and anxiety or worry in your life are called snares. Snares means they are traps. So please don't give up. I don't care even if you're feeling suicidal, because at a point I felt that. Please don't lose hope. All these things are snares of the devil. I'm not joking. They are snares of the devil. And if you are not careful, you will think that he has won, but you are living. That means you are winning already. So please, the Bible called them all snares. I've forgotten I think it's somewhere in the New Testament, Gospel by Paul. Describe those things. Is there are snares. Even in Psalms, they also say they are snares. That means they are traps of the devil. So please don't give up. Should you ever find yourself in this situation or already experiencing it, keep fighting. Okay, the God who sees will fight for you. And then go and look at other Christian channels that could help you. Plug in Mumbai Inspire. She helped me. And then also Daphne Aviva, I think, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but that she also helped me. And then talk about Omi Huku TV. That's another one that helped. Ebube Monso Adoration Ministry. Listen, just find your own people that would help you. Or alternatively, you can look for gospel musics. That in itself is the first starting point, because it's a simple way to remind you of the words of God in your life. So on that note, I also want to end with telling you other Bible passages you may want to read. That in itself is Psalm 27 and Psalm 37. Psalm Psalm 27, which says, "The Lord is the light and my salvation. For whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" And then it continues. Psalm 37 also tells you not to fret when things like this happen. Just remember that there is a God that is watching you. Only but a while, all these things will go up away. And also remember, the Egyptians that you face today, you may not see them tomorrow. So hence why I say hold on to hope, hold on to God. He will come true for you. So, and on that note, I'll say thank you so much for listening to me. I hope this video helps, and don't forget again to like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other videos, and that also could be of help to you. So, on that note, thank you so much, and yeah, signing off. Talkinsen.